first rows. I see at least 3 spaces here to be filled. So, the next part. We are so liking, no, just start it over. We are really enjoying funny people that are easy, that are laughing, that are smiling. That's a skill. And if you can look at the agenda, there is a name, Highton, who is going to present his workshop. He's a founding member of the first English-speaking Toastmasters club in Poland. He left the United Kingdom in the 90s in order to travel around the world, but only got as far as Poland. That's not too far. Since then, he has worked as a language trainer, coach, and has conducted language training workshops in Poland, Turkey, China, Lithuania, and online in Russia and Kazakhstan. His workshop will explore how to make a speech humorous for all the listeners. It is based on his experience of giving speeches at Toastmasters over 5 years, as well as his experience in skill training, workshop, and stand-up comedy. Please help me welcome on the stage with his workshop name universally amusing, Highton.
If you're good, I'll sing to the song at the end. Okay, I was asked if I was going to do a workshop, and I had a really great idea, and I had another idea, and they said, do the other idea, so here it is. But hopefully it will be great for you as well, because one of the things which I think is very important in the Toastmasters, like the Toastmasters paths that we've been talking about, is humour. And I was having a conversation with some Russian people and some international visitors yesterday, and if you ever watch the finals of the International Speech Contest, the global finals, you'll see that humour, even in what I call the serious speeches, there's even humour there, because there's the humorous speaking contest, of course, that only goes up to a district level, but humour and entertainment is something which is really important even at right up to the top level of the international competition, and not only just for winning competitions, but I think also to keep people's attention. Maybe some of you have to give presentations at work, PowerPoint presentations and so on. I'm not suggesting that you're telling jokes that everyone's rolling on the floor crying with laughter or something like that, but like keeping some humour going through, like actually I think it keeps people's attention. And I'm not sure how many of you have gone beyond the Competent Communicator Manual, but as you probably know, of the 15 current advanced manuals, 2 of them focused as the entertaining speaker and the humorously speaking, so they're actually specifically focused on this particular area. And then, if you look at the other 13 manuals, even the really serious ones, actually talk about how to give an entertaining presentation and so on and so on. So it is a theme that's running through the Toastmasters world, the Toastmasters DNA, and so that's what I'd like to explore with you, because you've had it so easy today. Pretty much everyone, you've just been sitting there and you've been listening, sending messages and stuff like that on your telephones. So what I'm inviting you to do, as I said, if you read, it's going to be a little bit interactive, which saves me my energy, because I'm going to give you some energy, and you're going to be doing some stuff as well. I'm not doing this by myself. That's way too much work. So, but what I would like to do is everyone sitting next to someone. You're sitting with someone, right? Like, so if you are, what I would like you to do first, like, no context, can you just tell the other person, like, or if there's 3 of you, share amongst the 3 of you, just something that happened to you today, maybe before you came here. I sat through lots of workshops and some competition, but maybe before you came here, maybe something that happened this evening. It doesn't have to be funny, just tell the person next to you, if you don't know them, you can always introduce yourself as well. But please just tell the person sitting next to you something that happened to you today before you came here, or maybe if you really can't think of anything, something that happened yesterday evening. And person who's being told, oh, they're leaving already. Person, what did I do? Person who is being told, remember what you were told. It's very important information, okay? So go on, just have a little chat. I don't know, I'll give you a minute, a couple of minutes. Drink, green drink.
Auf Englisch. Auf Englisch.
Everyone has heard a story, right?
No.
You haven't heard a story, really?
No, that was yesterday.
Okay, we'll whisper when no one's looking a little bit later, okay? But please, if you have got a story, please remember it. And because I'm not interested at the moment, but I will be later, and we will all be later. So, as Mike said in his introduction, I've been a member of Toastmasters for like 5 years or something. And recently I was challenged to start to do stand-up comedy. There's a stand-up comedy scene in Poland, in English, and there's Polish people, there's international people doing stand-up comedy. And it's kind of different, it's kind of cool because you can use bad words and you can talk about things that you can't talk about in Toastmasters and stuff like that. But what got me thinking is, you know, what is funny? What is funny? And when I thought of that question, because I was trying to think, like, to try and find the essence about like a humorous speech. So I'm not some guru of humor, so I decided to, like I'm doing with you guys a little bit, just spread it out and get someone else to tell me. So I asked my colleagues from Toastmasters, and I asked on Facebook as well, and asked my clients, many of whom have got nothing to do with Toastmasters, and I just asked the question, what is funny? And when you think of the answer, maybe you're thinking of a movie like Monty Python movie or something, or maybe you're thinking of a comedian or a book. That's not the question I'm asking you. Like, if you were to describe, like, what makes something funny for you? There isn't a correct answer, okay? Like, there's not a dictionary definition, like, sort of, you know, this is the correct and this is incorrect. But again, as I say, like, you can finish telling your stories about this morning if you want. I'm going to ask you that question. I've asked about 100 people so far, so hey, let's see what you guys have got to say. I didn't have the opportunity to ask any Russian people, so I'd be really interested, and I'm really hoping that you're going to say something similar to everyone else I spoke to, but we can work with it anyway. So again, maybe, working two of you together, or if there's three of you together, please, can you come up? What is funny? Maybe I'm thinking about like an adjective, a word to describe what makes something funny. And you can't stop until you come up with 3 different words. Like, I'm not looking for an essay, and not a sentence, but 3 things. What for you is funny? And then we're going to actually share it. We'll put it on the board here, and I'll share what I have been told so far, and see if there's some correlation. Okay?
Unexpected.
Unexpected. Okay, but like, like sort of, if you speak with Henry, tell like, be unexpected to Henry. So again, I'm going to give you 4 minutes. 4 minutes to come up with at least 3 things, like minimum 3, maximum infinity. 4 minutes. Okay, like probably we're going to have a lot of shared ideas, but maybe like with nuance, there's going to be lots of different words. So with your permission, I'm going to try and sort of like bring it to. Oh, let's just see what happens. Sorry, you said unexpected to begin with. Okay, I'm just going to throw these up. Unexpected.
Almost the same surprise.
Surprise. Okay, it's kind of the same, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Exaggeration.
Oh, sorry. Exaggeration.
Yes.
Okay. It's kind of okay. Hey, by the way, English is not a phonetic language like Russian, right? If I make a spelling mistake, it's not my fault, right? Yeah?
Some stupid situation that happened.
Stupid situation.
Have the word stupidity.
Stupid situation. Can I just write, I'll just write situation because I'm guessing that other people have got...
No, I mean... I
stupid situation.
Stupid situation. Stupid situation.
What kind of oxymorons when two things are sounding the same, but
Double
like,
meaning?
no, like someone wanted to tell one thing but actually told another thing, and then it's funny.
Can we say that's kind of unexpected?
It's
Contrast.
called the
Contrast
oxymoron, or did I not sure?
Misunderstanding. Let's just go, as I say, like this, that we could spend the whole day here, like with ideas. But if, with your permission, we'll put it in here. But maybe you've got a deeper idea of it. But thank you.
Absurdity.
Absurdity. It's kind of similar.
Okay, contrast. Contrast.
Okay, so I'm just gonna write absurd to say
Certain atmosphere that is right now, or in a certain moment, that you're telling the story in a certain situation.
Appropriateness, probably the word.
So situation. This word keeps kind of returning to us. So I'm gonna cheat. I'm just gonna do this. Like that, okay? Because I agree with you. But again, we could go into great details. Has anyone got anything else?
Double meaning.
Double meaning, double entendre. Like,
I mean, that you think that the word is meaning something, and you change for another meaning.
So like kind of word games?
Yes.
Like
word
kind of
games.
playing with words, yeah?
Playing with words, yeah.
So I'm just gonna write word games. Okay, I just like that corner over there has been really quiet. Some ideas from over there.
Gossips.
Sorry? Gossip? Gossip? Yeah, absolutely. There's no wrong answers, please. Right, I'm just going to put it here, though, okay? Gossip. Okay, thank you. Yeah?
Irony or self-irony?
Irony, self-irony. Can I write? No, I'm not. I'm going to write what you said. Irony. Okay.
Intelligence also, because all jokes should be intelligent.
Depending on the target. What is your target?
Thank you. I'm sorry.
What is target group?
Yeah.
Probably something that puts you at
tomorrow.
ease. I mean, like the feeling that it's invoicing you.
Oh, okay. It puts you at ease.
Like probably you were quite
Really?
stressful, but
No way.
when somebody's joking, you're just like relaxing a bit.
Okay. God, how can we? That puts you
I
at
don't know.
ease. No. So, I agree. And I'm really happy that I'm getting similar answers here. So it must be like puts you at ease. Okay.
The
Yeah.
appearance of a man.
Appearance.
Appearance.
Okay. We're running out of space. When we run out of space, we'll stop. Okay. Appearance. Yes.
Description of a costumes.
A description of.
Wait.
It's the same.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly. Yes. So I like to do with like appearance. Okay. So thank you.
Like imitating someone or something.
Sounding.
Imitation. Okay. Again. Imitation. Imitation.
Just acting out in a way.
Acting.
Acting out, like.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Okay. Great. And you've probably got many more ideas, and you're welcome to discuss them, like with people that you haven't spoken to yet. And if there's, is there anything anyone really wants to share before I stop asking you? Okay. Yeah, no? Okay. Good. Well, so I would say I'm really glad that this word came up here because as I said, I spoke to about 100 people, and it was a similar situation. It was like huge numbers of things, so I had to kind of put them into categories. Like I can't have 100 different people giving me 100 different words. We're not going to get to the core of it. And if I can share with you, this is, and I'm going to add your findings to the other findings, because the key things, and also we've got to remember that we're talking about the context of Toastmasters, so Intelligence is very important, but also kind of mimicry, somebody was saying, or making fun of people or silly voices. I think that's getting into dangerous territory when it comes to Toastmasters, because we really don't want to offend people, right? And it is possible to be humorous and funny without being rude. It's good, like stand up, no problem, but Toastmasters, you know, there's certain things we shouldn't be talking about. We don't want to be offending our other guests or even people who are not there. But situation. Time and again, this is what came up, like most commonly, like situation, and with many different nuances and facets of that. And then something which maybe I didn't ask my question, I just gave you a very general question, but something that came up was connection. And we kind of broke that down into two things. Is connection with the story, that the person is telling the story, you, the listener, or we, the listener, have got some connection to the story. And we'll talk about that in a moment. But then also a connection on a personal level. Not only like sort of a robot voice telling a story, you need to have some connection with the speaker as well. Or the speaker needs to have some connection with the audience. And then a couple of other things that came up, like specifically was like gestures. That's debatable because I guess sometimes if someone's doing a monologue, they might actually deliberately stand still. But I think most of the time, and one of the things that's explored in the competent communicator manuals, and then even at a later stages, like, you know, how your body moves, sort of thing, and voice. As I'm sure you know, in the competition, in the speech competition that we had, you know, like vocal variety or like modality, intonation, changing your voice, speaking quietly, and so on like that, are an important part of a Toastmaster speech, but also it's to choosing the right voice when you're wanting to say something funny. So let's focus, if we may. Of course we may, because I'm sort of in charge. But let's focus on these two things, because, and one other thing, one really, really important thing is, it was a negative answer, and thank you for not being negative, but somebody gave, like, more than one person gave a negative answer to the question, what is funny, and it's when somebody's laughing at themselves. I don't know if you've ever been in a Toastmasters meeting or not, when someone's supposed to be giving a humorous speech, the guy, you won't believe it, and it's like, oh my god, and it's like, you know, the person really they have a connection with themselves about the funniness, but they're keeping it to themselves and not sharing it with the people. So I think, we've jumped into that. Like, it's to do with that personal connection. I'm trying to share the humor with you, not keeping it to myself. So like you know, not laughing. It might be hard because hopefully it's a funny story for you. Whoa, situation. So I'm just going to breathe for a moment. There we go. So situation. Jim Williams is an American friend of mine who lives in Wrocław in Poland, and he's the guy who is in charge of this stand-up comedy boom in Poland, and he actually does it in Polish as well. He was like on, do you have like Russia's Got Talent or something, Mam Talent or something like that?
Stand-up thing going on in here.
Yeah, cool. Okay, but Jim was on the Polish, like, you know, Britain's Got Talent or something like that. He got into the semi-finals, doing it in Polish as well, without using naughty words. And I asked Jim, like, so, you know, what's your secret to coming up with a funny story? Because he's standing on stage for an hour, just telling jokes, and people are laughing and laughing. And he said something which proves that he's been in this part of the world for some time, and also I thought was kind of an interesting way of thinking about it. He said, like, coming up with good material is like distilling vodka. And so what did he mean by that? But, you know, you start, like, well, I'm not an expert in making vodka, but I guess you start with a large mass of what you're going to make, and then you start distilling it down. You start, like, getting rid of the unnecessary parts of the story, maybe, like, sort of, and start getting it down. Maybe sharing, before you actually want to like use your material, you actually want to share it. Maybe share it with your friends, your family, like use a different speech to actually explore the themes and so on. And finally, like a big story, like where there was something funny happened Yeah, like sort of a big story, you're able to distill it into this, the key element, which is the funny bit. And also, that's another thing, I suppose I can reveal now that I was a secret judge in the speech competition today. And as I'm sure you know, if you've seen or not, like in the speech competition, one of the elements of marking is to do with the story and the connection, which is, you know, how does the speaker connect with the audience? How is it relevant for the audience? And so I've got to tell you a story about one of my speeches in the past, which I thought was going to be really, really funny. And it was about my experience when I was at school in the United Kingdom. I went to boarding school. It's like kind of like Harry Potter, and I thought, okay, Harry Potter, like, you know, people's going to understand that. And so I was telling stories about that. And yeah, the reaction was a bit like yours right now, to be honest. Like, I was trying to tell this fun story, and it's like what I thought was the connection was Harry Potter. But what I realized is people in Poland are probably not very interested about some British guy's school experience 30 years before, are they? So that's a great example of what not to do. Like, even if you think you've got a great story, I think it's really, really useful to actually try and share, like, you know, or think how you can put yourself in the role of the listener, so they're actually going to get what's funny about your story. And so if I had used Jim's distillation method, I guess the funny elements of my story I would have been able to focus more on, because again, like, I don't know if any of you have had this, but like, you can tell a speech about a funny day I had. You've only got 7 minutes, right? So you can't talk about the whole day, but you can just boil it down, distill it down to like the really, really funny moments, and then you might actually end up describing 3 minutes of your life in 7 minutes, going into sort of very, like, as I say, this very, 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 very powerful vodka type of story. So the connection with the story is really important, and also the personal connection. Again, I think it's to do with know your audience, and what's that? That's in one of the advanced manuals. There's actually like a project like Know Your Audience, because, and also in humorous speech competitions, as when finally Russia is like going to be sort of like, there's going to be people coming here, and you're going to be hopefully maybe even joining us in Poland or something like as a similar district. The story and also the personal connection, I think we got to remember that, like, from a cultural perspective and also a geographical perspective, people have got different experiences. And in Germany a few years ago, there was, it was before, when District 95 and District 59 became separate, but like all of Europe was one. And the Polish guy who beat me to the district final, like, he got there, and we were in Frankfurt, and the story he was telling, which was so hilarious for the people in Poland, like the international audience in Germany were just like, huh? What? So I think that's a really important thing when we cross borders, and also I hope when you have more international members in your clubs or whatever, or even at work when you're speaking with your business partners in other countries, you've got to remember that what might be funny here, because we all are here and we understand what's going on in Moscow, for example, might not be as funny for somebody in Berlin, for example. Okay, goodness, where are we going here? So hold on, but how do you come up with a story? How do you come up with a story? I was lucky enough to attend an event several years ago, and now I always have a little book with me. And I recommend you get yourself a little book. Don't rely on your telephone, because by the time you've written it into the phone, like, it will have lost it or whatever. But I just write stuff down in my book, and sometimes I return to it to help me remember. And sometimes I write stuff down and I look at it again and I think, well, that's a bit rubbish, like, forget about that. But then sometimes I start to develop it, and let me give you a couple of examples of things that I wrote down and like months before, and then I started developing them. For example, do you get, in Russia, in Moscow, do you get cold calls? If you've got a mobile phone, you get people trying to sell stuff, right? Like sort of like, you don't know who they're with. You can see the telephone number, yeah?
I do cold calls.
You do? Oh man, okay, what's your name?
Alex.
Alex? Okay, Alex, I've got something specially for you. Because, okay, like, so the cold call story, and I'm wanting to, I wanted to do it like in a stand-up thing and in a Toastmasters speech, so I'll share it with you, right? Because up until now, how many, okay, how about that? We're going to do a quick poll here, Alex, like maybe you can take it back to your manager and share this information. How many of you answer the phone when that weird number from Novosibirsk or something like telephones and you have no idea who it is? You answer the phone every time?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yeah.
Every time? Yeah?
Yeah.
Every time? Every time?
Because we never know where our customers are.
Oh man, like, you know, I've got this tablet for 2 years. I don't know the telephone number on my tablet, but I keep getting telephone calls on my tablet. Nobody knows my number. In that situation, do you think I should answer? Do you think it really is like a long lost friend randomly finding my number? But okay, fair enough, like on the phone. I don't answer. Do you get paid if someone answers the phone? Or only if you make a sell, yeah? Oh, okay. Because there are some companies, I think, who like they actually get paid if like somebody actually just picks up.
No,
yeah?
no, they stopped.
Really? Okay, you're destroying my
And
story.
there's a rule of 1 minute, yeah? You
Yeah.
have to talk 1 minute. If you less, they are not paid.
Ah, is that
In
right?
Poland. I don't know in Russia, but...
So if we let you talk for 1 minute, you're going to get paid?
No, if,
Oh.
only if I make a deal.
Oh, okay. Well, so different companies got different things. But what I was thinking, like, because it's, and even today, somebody from the south of Poland has been calling me here in Moscow. About 5 times I received a telephone call from the same number that's been calling for a long time. So what I thought is we should answer the phone, just first of all to make Alex's life a little bit easier. Who knows, maybe he's going to sell something. But what can we do? Like, because, I don't know, like, this was the sort of like the thoughts that I put down. Maybe we should play with them a little bit. And so I came up with 2 options, and the first one is if someone telephones and they say, oh, don't you think that'd be absolutely fantastic? You just go, password. Password. And, you know, like, you're asking them for the password. You're going to be confused. Oh, password. Password in Russian, do you say? Password, Russian, yeah. Password. So that was like just to see what the reaction would be. I forgot what the other idea is now. Like, oh, yeah. Or the other one, sorry, I'm laughing at my own, I haven't said that. The other one is, for example, one of Alex's colleagues telephones and he says, how does that phone say? You are starting to fall sleepy. I'm going to count from 10. And as I count down from 10, your eyes are slowly going to go to sleep. You're going to go slowly to sleep. And it's like, see how long you can keep Alex on the telephone with that. So, but basically, or maybe he'll just go to sleep. But the thing is, I just got so irritated with this number. I thought, well, what am I going to do? Am I going to reject it? Am I going to just turn the sound off? So that's my plan. Like that's one little idea I had. And also, what was the point? The connection is, I guess, well, the situation. We can all identify with the situation, right? Because pretty much all of us have got mobile phones, and pretty much all of us across borders receive calls from Alex and his friends. And so there's already a connection because we've had that situation. Oh man, like, do I answer it? Do I not answer it? And so on and so on. Yeah, I don't know. Like, what's the personal connection? Just the idea that we can just have fun with them. And it's not being rude either. I don't think it would. What would you do in that situation?
Laugh.
Right. Okay. Exactly. Yeah. So it makes your day better as well. So like basically, we're actually we're not being offensive. Like sort of maybe someone might think it's offensive, but I don't think we're being offensive in that situation. Another thing was just like kids' TV. I don't know how many of you have got kids or maybe little brothers and sisters, but like Bob the Builder and stuff like that. Like on Russian TV.
Construction.
Say?
Construction.
Yeah, but like, you know, sort of when there's kids' TV, there's always like the builder or the soldier or something like that. Yeah, they're like these sort of old jobs. And I was just thinking about it, like, come on, like, sort of that's great, but like, you know, we've got machines now to build stuff, and we've got more high-tech weaponry, so we don't need so many soldiers. So they should have more up-to-date TV shows for kids. The example I gave, like, and I happen to know who the audience was, but it was like about Colin, the call center worker. And it's like, oh, what are you doing today? Oh, hello, can I help you? Like, or even, so playing with a theme, which, again, we all know how kids' TV looks like, even if we're just flipping through the channels. And again, like talking, I won't go into detail because this is a Toastmasters meeting, but that was a stand-up comedy event. Talking about kids' TV and what they could have and so on. But anyway, wow, we're running out of time. Do you remember the story that you were told at the beginning by your colleague? It's time for me to take a break and drink the green drink. So what I would like you to do, maybe, can you return to that story? Do you remember that story? Can you maybe by yourself or discuss with the other person, but now you know the other person's story. Can you try and distill that story? Is there anything that could be funny about it? Can you like maybe just a little bit from that story? Like, who knows? Like, sort of, no? Like maybe that there are different stories, or maybe you can explore it a little bit more. Can you find like a little nugget to work with from the most ordinary of things? Go on, speak with each other. Have a think about what we've been talking about. Yes, if I may interrupt some of you, I'm just going to speak louder than you. Let's see. Last orders. No one speaks English, okay. Do any of you have like potential stuff that you can distill to make like super powerful, funny something, like just from the stories that you told? Like, so I asked you just to say about something that happened on your way to work today or something like that. Yeah, has anyone got anything that you think that you can develop? I think you guys, yeah, you said there was something that you like. You had a story?
It was a story, a real story.
Yeah, a real story?
Yes.
And they're the best. Do you want to, yeah, go on, tell us.
Okay.
But like, just give us a, 30-second, just wherever you want. Like 30 seconds though, yeah? 30-second tables.
A real story. We are going to register our club, French club. And yesterday I was refused to go pre-party for this conference because I had to go to French Mafia. It's like a game, everybody knows this game, but it's our friends, not our friends, it's somebody knocked on our group to make us some advertisement for this Mafia. We did so, and we expected to go there and participate with Mafia, and also make some advertisement of Toastmasters and our club to maybe find some new members. And when we came to this place, we saw one guy who visited all the time our meetings, and I thought, Michael, c'est toi? J'ai dit en français. Oui, c'est moi, mais I expected to see new guy who will go to our club and who give us some new members, and he told us, I did a lot for you, it's your turn to make advertisement for us. So that's all. It's a real story.
Okay, all right. So, thank you. All right. So again, like real stories are like great source. Like, cause trying to imagine, like trying to think stuff up is more difficult than just experiencing life and trying to share the funnier moments. Has anyone else got anything maybe like you're sort of working on? You think you might be able to develop, like from what you were just randomly told at the beginning of our chat? No. Yeah, Lorraine?
Well, she was telling me how she woke up and did some just household chores, and then she had to deal with some repairs, and we were talking about how, that can cross cultures, you know, because we all have those. So I was trying to figure out where I would get the humor, distill the humor out of the everyday mundane jobs that are air worker. So that's all I got.
I'm thinking about household chores, like if somebody was mentioning about word games and like maybe turn it into an adventure or something like battling with the dust demons or something like that. But yeah. Okay, cool, thank you. Yes?
So Sandra was telling me a story that, well, actually I didn't like have anything funny today because we just had a conference and, well, it's serious work. And I was telling him that probably we could add something like he had a dream of having a contest and winning all the area and all this, and just then waking up and realizing that he's in a hurry and has to come here. So maybe we'll just that.
Exactly. So, like again, it's based on real material, but then you can start the imagination going off. Even like you've got a source material, and so you can start doing that. I've got to share you a real story that I have also, and again, it's just a short nugget which I need to boil down. And it's like before I ever came to Russia, I've got to say thank you to all the Russian people here. And why? Because I was in, I think I told you this yesterday, Lorraine, but last year I was in Shanghai, and I don't know if any of you have been to any like Shanghai or Beijing, but as a single male traveller of like sort of middle-aged, but basically my hotel was in right downtown in Shanghai, and after flying halfway across the world, I just wanted to go for a walk at about 9 or 10 o'clock at night. And as soon as I came out, I was just pounced on by these many young, I guess, Chinese ladies saying, "Oh, yeah, a special massage, special massage." And so day one, I just went, no, thank you. Like, I'm English, aren't I? No, thank you. Like, no, I'm just going for a walk. Oh, okay, let's go for a walk. And like, sort of like my sort of like my English niceties meant that I was going for a walk with them. And so, no, just go away. But then the second day, because also I was in Shanghai for like 2 weeks. And the second day I was coming back from where I had been working, and I had to get the metro and walk the 800 meters back to the hotel. Again, 8, 9 o'clock in the evening. And again, it's like you come up from the metro, like from my situation, like sort of light a cigarette and almost immediately, oh, hello, sexy massage, sexy massage. So I tried, okay, let's start playing this. 9. Yeah, because I thought, like, if I don't speak English, if I speak in German, then they'll just go, okay, he speaks German. So I went, 9. Okay, no, but come with us and stuff like this. Because I guess I went through German, I went through French, and those are pretty much and Polish as well, like yeah, and like so that was like 4 days, and then no joy, and I think it's to do with linguistics, because they're all kind of soft endings like no, nie, no, nein. And so I thought, what other language can I say no in? Russian. Day 5, I had my plan, and I came out of the metro. This was my last chance. I came out of the metro. Sexy massage? Niet. Like they just went away. So I went, niet. But this time I was actually looking for them. I was actually looking for them coming towards me, like sort of niet. Like how far away could I do it? So I've got to say, like that was my first words that I used in Russian very effectively. But again, like I don't know, that's a little snippet. Like it's a daily walk back from the metro back to the hotel. So, but it's a true story as well. That like maybe I will develop and so on. Like, but I think in summary, I think what we've got like just true stories help us, and even if we use them as a base to start coming up with ideas, that's great. But maybe don't tell the whole story, yeah. Well, you know, because my tram, the metro arrived, and then the doors opened, and I walked out of the metro, and then I walked through, and I had to go through the barriers, and then walk up. It's going to be, you have to start like distilling it down to the key information. And also, as I think, as you mentioned, think about the situation. Like, is there a situation that you can share with other people, and they're actually going to get it as well? Because like when we're across boundaries, and even thinking about what Lorraine was talking about, like about online groups, you know, you're going to be, if you find yourself with an international group of people who are geographically apart, you know, the situation is very important. So something which has a commonality to all of us. And again, the connection, the story. Do other people know about the story? Like there was a Toastmasters story, so we all kind of know what Toastmasters is, so we can sort of develop that. Call center, sorry Alex, but call center story. We know how it is to receive those telephone calls. And also on a personal level, I think maybe it's kind of connected to this. So thank you for your participation. I hope it has been, how can I say, educational for you. It's been educational for me, and thank you for sharing your ideas with me. And I really look forward to adding your results to everyone else's results. And I'm so glad that you're saying the same thing as everyone over towards the west of this lump of land say as well. So thank you very much, and I look forward to hearing about how the humour has been spiced up in your speeches.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you. Oh,
green drink is gone. So we are humorous today. And with no humor, we have a break now, and we are keeping on with the schedule, so that's good. And I will see you in half an hour. Make your muscles move and get ready for the next round. We have 2 workshops to go and after party.